This is a sentient psychic reading of Luigi. I'm not going to try to butcher his last name, but he is a guy who has shot. He shot the CEO of United Healthcare, and he's eventually was caught, and that is his claim to fame. So we're going to do a Ascension Spiritual Psychic Reading of him. It's called the Ascension Spiritual Psychic Reading. It's called the Dead Eye Reading. It's when the person is not present, but you can still be able to glean some information uh, about the individual. So we're going to use that technique. So a little background on this character, Luigi, and how he came to his fame. As I said earlier, he shot the CEO of United Healthcare, shot him in the back, and unalived him, um, which was seen to me would be on its face pretty brutal and maybe cowardly. Uh, but left the guy, two little kids and a wife. This guy has since become a kind of a folk hero against people who feel the system is oppressive. And I personally think it's just a sign of things to come when you have to take things in your own hands and unalive people because you feel like they're oppressing you in so many ways. And in our system, our current system, there's a lot of oppression, denial, low wages, and the constant squeezing of the individual. I guess Luigi had enough and he decided to do something about that. And so he went out and he unalived the guy and went on the run and was kind of caught and has returned. Well, since finding out who he was, he's gotten some celebrity fame. They say he's a attractive guy. I don't know. I can't really judge attractiveness in guy. He looks okay to me, but that has helped. It has worked in his favor. Plus, a lot of people at the courthouse alone, they were cheering for him because a lot of people feel like he has struck back against the system. I don't know if you're familiar with the story of um, V for Victor. I think that's the name of the movie. It was a really popular movie about 10 years ago of this guy that wore the mask and he struck back against the system during using terrorist acts to make his point known. So I guess this is the society that we're kind of moving forward towards, where individuals feel like they have to take things in their own hands and to get some type of justice. But we're not going to dwell too much on the right and wrong of the situation. What we're going to do is through this Ascension Spiritual Psychic Reading, the Dead Eye Psychic Reading, is we're going to look at his past energy, maybe get some background information on him, and then we're going to look at what the energies are surrounding him now, and then possibly see what the future holds for Mr. Luigi as he goes through his life journey. So let's try to see some background information on him, and let's see what we can find about this character that may be of interest. So we're going to look and see what the background information is, what energy is in his past, what has maybe led to this kind of result that he's getting, or the result that he took for some type of justice. All right. We immediately see the page, and that represents new beginnings. And we're looking in the back, but it says new beginnings. Something happened in his life that set him on a different path. I think he was on, like, I know a little bit about his story, not much, because I try to keep my mind clear of any details. And I just want to receive the information. But I do know that he was a college student. I think he went to school. He grew up normally, didn't have any problems. But then something set him on a new beginning, a new path, some relationship. All right. I'm looking at, the page and the cups and what relationship changed that set him on this new path. All right. Authority of something he was hoping to. Okay, I see what's going on. He was hoping that the system would be more responsive to him. He was hoping that the system actually gave more to him. We live in a very entitled system here in the United States. Everyone thinks that the system owes them something and that something should be given to them. That's the energy I'm picking up. That he probably was on a normal path, normal square, doing what he needed to do. Was going to marry the wife, get the kids, and participate in the whole matrix. And he expected to be the system to actually care for him and to take care of him and to be there for him, because he said he was doing all the right thing. He really was. This is what happened. He really bought into the matrix. He really bought into and became very disillusioned. That set him on a different path. He really thought that that if he did his part, the system would do his part. So it's not so much of, a lot of people are claiming that he had an injury and that the United Healthcare denied him. None of that has ever came out. I think it's a lot broader than that. I think that he became disillusioned in some other way, either through his own experiences or through the experience of someone close to him, where the system did not take care of them, where there was some thing that happened that left him very disillusioned about the system. And I think the United Healthcare CEO was just a point of focus of that, just a establishment or just a example of how the system is working against individual, when a lot of people expected to look out for them and to care for them. I think that energy is part of what caused him to go down this path. That's what I'm picking up. I'm picking up from this page tarot that it was something about the system that he expected, this entitlement, this thing that he desired, and that it found out that it wasn't being delivered. And he actually almost worshiped the system, almost gave everything to it. And then he found out that it did not serve his needs, or it wasn't answerable to him. All right. So let's look at the current energy around Mr. Luigi. Mr. Luigi, let's see what's going on currently with him. Right now, he's been held in New York jail, waiting trial, has pleaded not guilty. So what is the current energy around Mr. Luigi? What do we see around Mr. Luigi? What's the current energy we're picking up around Mr. Luigi? Current energy. Well, it's not hard to tell, the system, he has a challenge in front of him. Yeah, I mean, you really didn't need a psychic to tell you that. He's in jail. He's facing some serious issues, life and liberties at stake. Yeah, he has to have his day in court. He's got to communicate his case, but the evidence is stacked hard against him. We see the swords are lined up. We see the pit. We see him bowing to the pit. We see things are not looking too good. He's just in that energy. It's weird. We actually know what energy he's in right now. He's in an energy. I'm surprised the justice card didn't come up, but justice doesn't mean what people think it means. But yeah, he's in that system right now. He's got to have his day in court, and he's got to explain himself. But the evidence is really stacked up against him. They really have a lot to place against his defense. He did plead not guilty, and you should plead not guilty. In the American system, you're innocent and have to be proven guilty. So you should always plead guilty. You should always say, well, prove it. Prove it was me. Prove it was me. Okay. And so they have to prove it was him. But I think they pretty much got quite a bit of evidence. I have my own ideas. I want to see if that's going to bore out how this is going to work out for him. But they have to prove it was him. He's having his day in court. That is that energy around him. You can tell by the card that he's involved with the system, and the knives are out. The knives are out. Are they swinging at him yet? No, but the knives are out, and he's got to explain himself. All right. The swords represent communication. All right. The 5 represents a challenge or a change that he has to go through. So that's where he's at. I know you say, You didn't need a card to tell you that, but that's the energy around here. Let's show you how exactly these cards are actually on point a lot of times, and the gift comes through, and you can just see it very plainly. All right, let's move on. We're trying to see what his future holds. We looked at the background, and now we saw the current energy. We're trying to see what the future holds, or what are the future challenges for Mr. Luigi. Luigi, the one who unalived the CEO. Let's see what that future holds for him. The Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Okay, all right. Pentacles represents money. He's not gonna have a problem with money because they're donating. He's got this GoFundMe, and a lot of people are contributing. I mean, he's got women at the courthouse screaming his name. He's became a real hero after unaliving people. It shows this world is really it's the places this our plane of existence is going. But he doesn't have to worry about money. But what are we seeing? What is the future for him? The future for Mr. Luigi, it still says things are going to, I want to say things are going to work out. I think that there's going to be a balance found in some kind of way. All right, some kind of way. It's going to cost a little money, but he has that cover. But he's still going to hold. Well, let's look at it like this. He's still going to hold possession of his freedom. I really think there's some kind of way that he's gonna come out pretty good. I mean, I know you think it's strange that you can unalive anybody, but I think that maybe it's going to be a mistrial in some kind of way, or something's going to happen where he's going to still have sole sovereignty over himself. So maybe it's not about money, but about his own personal sole sovereignty that he's going to still maintain over himself. And I don't think you can do that in a jail system. So I think that there's going to be some type of, I'm looking at the 4 and the 3, and there's some type, even though 4 is stability, but we look at how big the fourth coin is as opposed to the other 3, which shows an unbalance towards his favor. All right. He's going to be okay. There's going to be an unbalance. Something's going to happen towards his favor, and he's going to remain in control of himself in some kind of way. All right. In some kind of way, he's going to maintain control of himself, but it's going to be some type of balancing towards his favor. That's what I'm picking up from this card. Well, I'm putting it out on the line. It's going to be a while before the case actually comes to trial. We can always come back and look at this video and see how aligned I was or how off I was. It can happen either way. I do not profess that it's always 100% accurately, but it can happen either way. All right, so that's the energy I'm reading around Mr. Luigi and his life journey at this point. Okay. Again, this video will be here. I will not take it down. I'll be able to come back and look at it and see what the results of what this case came to be. I want to thank you for your time and wish you love and light in your journey. Mind my mind, mind my mouth, and mind my heart. Love and light in your journeys.